Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Tea with LonnieB. Yes, I came on a few minutes early today, as it is Friday. No, today's Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday, right? Let's see. Yes, today is Wednesday. I'm rushing it. I want it to be Friday Eve. Good morning. Good morning, Cajun Cravings. Good morning, Jeff Hearn. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining Morning Tea with LonnieB. How's everyone doing today? Awesome. Good morning. Go ahead and tell me where you're from. Please go ahead and tell me where you are from. Cajun Cravings. That sounds like you are a restaurant. Am I right? Am I right? Please put your information in the comments. Good morning, Gregory. Good morning. We'll get started momentarily. Good morning from Amarillo. Yes. Good morning, Ronald. Good morning, Moselle. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Hearn. Good morning, Ronald Huff. Please don't leave, everyone, because I put your name in a drawing, and breakfast or lunch could be on me today. See, this is what I'm doing while we're waiting for everyone to come in. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone day going? It's hump day, right? Yesterday was National Tap Day, y'all. I actually did put on my tap shoes and tapped a little, but I had too much work to do, so that was short-lived, right? But I enjoyed it. It felt good to put on my tap shoes. Cajun Cravings, please inbox me your information. They're in Dallas, y'all, so check them out on Instagram, Cajun Cravings DFW. It's Cajun_Cravings DFW. They're a restaurant. I'll have to go try it out, y'all, so I can come back and tell you what it tastes like. But if you've already tried it, then just put in the comments what you think about it. Please do. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Morning Tea with LonnieB, where I share with you part of my morning devotion from my very good friend, Mr. Pastor Charles Williams of CMW Ministries. If you like what I share every morning, please go over to his page on Facebook and do a like and let him know that you like his morning devotionals as they inspire me, and I hope that they inspire you. So let's go ahead and get started. 8:32. Good morning, everyone. Today is, you all know I always share what today is. Today is National Paper Airplane Day. Look, I'm telling my age. Who remembers these? Yep. So I did it this morning to see if I could remember how to do it. Today is National Paper Airplane Day. And today is National Senior Health and Fitness Day. So you know what? For those who have loved ones who are considered themselves as the sassy, sexy seniors, let them know today is Health Day and Fitness Day. Go ahead and take them out, make some paper airplanes, and go ahead and throw around with them and let them know that you appreciate them and you thank for all the wisdom that they have given you and continue to give you. Thank you. So for those who are tuning in, you're tuning in to Morning Tea with LonnieB. Today's birthdays, I have quite a few, so let's go ahead and get started. Arness Freeman, Mary Daniels, Cedric Davis, Octavia Chapman, Michelle Sneed, Roy Williams Jr., Mara Jane, Devin Bates, Angel Christine, Stacy Alfred, and my niece, Shamidra Thomas. Happy birthday, everyone. I actually already sent you all a little comment on your Facebook page, and you know what I always say, go ahead and treat yourself today and do it great, because if no one else does it, you are always the perfect person to appreciate yourself. So, good morning. This week, you all know that we have been talking about love slows down. Love slows down. So When we talk about love slows down, we've been talking about how there are things that we can actually help us with being able to handle and deal with anger from a spiritual perspective. So today we are actually talking about the love that drives out anger. The love that drives out anger. So, yes, Cajun Cravings, everyone says that he didn't know that there was a such thing as paper planes. So that means that he's probably in that millennial age. I'm thinking, I don't know. Or he just could have been to a point where he didn't know that they existed. But yes, they do. We used to make them, and well, I did when I was in school. I would throw them towards the chalkboard in the classroom while the teacher was writing. Yes, I got in trouble a lot. But I was a little challenged kid. I would do things to defy the odds. But here I am today trying to make it right while I have these last few days on this side of heaven. So let's go ahead and finish on today's topic. The love that drives out anger. Good morning, Rosalind. The love that drives out anger. Coming from today, Ephesians 4:31 through 32. Ephesians 4:31 through 32. Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ forgave you. When we don't deal with our fear, it can easily turn into anger. Fear tends to find comfort in anger. Anger promises to help us defend ourselves against whatever it is threatening something we value or need. Anger is always a secondary emotion. Anger comes from feeling a threat or hurt to our security, connection, and control. Remember those three things: security, connection, and control. We feel the threat, then we get angry. Anger isn't a sin. Anger is a sign. Hear me again. Anger isn't a sin. Anger is a sign. Jesus got angry about how the religious leaders were abusing people. He overturned tables in the temple. That's found in Matthew 21:12. That was righteous anger, and righteous anger is real, but it's rare. I've manhandled a few tables in my time, but I can't say it was because I was standing up for the weak. Hardly, not even close, was it standing up for the weak. It was simply because I had unmet expectations or felt a threat to my security, connection, and control. And so that was Pastor Williams, but I can definitely relate. But I've actually done both. I've stood up for the weak, and I've actually did it out of my lack of that was something that threatened me to my security, connection, or control. Can any of you relate to that? Just think about it while I finish today's devotion. When we get angry at something happening to us, it's always because of something happening inside of us. Anger is like a warning light on your car, letting you know something needs to be addressed. What you do with that warning light is what makes the difference between using anger for bad or good. The wonderful Apostle Paul said, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you and I." Ephesians 4:31-32. When we get angry at situations that threatens our security, connection, and control, it tends to lead to unrighteous anger and bitterness, and all the other things Paul mentions in that verse. But anger can also be used for good. We use anger for good when we control the anger and realize that it's pointing to an area of our life that we need to surrender to God. Anger can remind us that only God's love can give perfect security, connection, and control. Anger can point to areas of our lives where we are seeking those things from somewhere besides Him. When you get angry and when I get angry, we must slow down, take a breath, step away from the situation, and then say a prayer and ask God to bring you and I both peace and show us what area we need to surrender to Him. He will give us peace as well as insight, and you'll have a much better chance of resolving the situation in a healthy way. Love slows down, anger speeds up. So today, slow down and lean into God's love today. That's our challenge. That's our charge for us today, is to slow down and lean into God's love today. So when someone pushes that button or they get to that point where they're going to actually just challenge you in an area where you know that you are not ready to be challenging because it gives up you, it causes you to lose, remember, that sense of security, connection, or control, just take a breather, step back, and just lean into God's love. And that's actually for me also, because I promise you, when I'm doing something and I'm in a zone and you pop up something off the cuff and you want to challenge me, something inside of us riles up. And we have a choice based upon today's devotion to either stop, take a breath, and lean into God's love, or we have the option to act in our own, which is only going to turn that anger into something more that we didn't have to deal with, because we all know the precious gift that God left for us is His love. And when we rest in it, nothing but perfect can come from it. It's when we try to operate in our own that it does not. So that has been today's devotion by Pastor Williams. And I said to you, if you like the devotion, you like, go ahead and go over to his Facebook page, CMW Ministries, and let him know how much you appreciate the word that God gives to him. And he puts to pen for me to be able to share with you every morning. He does these weekly. He meditates, he studies. I study before I come to you to let you know how these actually are impacting me. They're actually allowing me to actually take a look at myself in different areas and how to handle things from a different perspective. And that perspective is no longer my way, but it's God's way. So I hope you enjoy the morning devotion. I just want to give a few more shout outs of people who have come in. Good morning, Miss Williams. Good morning, Veronica. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Rich. Good morning, Betty. And guess what? Here it is. It's time. Who's going to have lunch on me today? So I'm mixing them up. Uh-oh, those fell out. Hold on. So who's going to have lunch on me today? Yesterday was Jocelyn Phillips. Today is Sister Rose Knowles. She's my sister from church, Sister Rose. She actually normally watches it either on time or because she works out. She'll watch it later, but I'll definitely reach out to her. So please, thank you all for tuning in every day. Remember, tomorrow is Thursday. That is my night show. I have my morning show and I have my night show, Optic Tea with LonnieB. We will be talking, I'll actually be getting up close and personal with Helen Hooper and Terrellyn Campbell. Terrellyn Campbell is a caregiver for caregivers. And Terrellyn is one who's written several books about how to handle grief while you're going through being a caregiver. And after, how do you handle that grief? How do you go through it? Helen Hooper is actually, she has a program called Ladies' Choice. And that was birthed out of her being affected and infected by domestic violence. So two strong, powerful women who have taken their circumstances and actually begin to share with people how God has helped them through the process. So if you have nothing to do tomorrow night, please go ahead and join me again at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on this same place. But until then, you know we always have morning devotion tomorrow. So guess what? We'll be right back here tomorrow at the same time, same place. And remember, focus on turning your anger into love and resting into God's love, which will give you a different perspective on how to handle it. Until then, I'll see you all back here in the morning, same place, same time. And until then, remember to smile. You owe it to yourself. No one does it better than you. Have a good day, everyone. Love each and every one of you. Bye.
Good God Almighty, I need you every day. Right by my side, can you stand?
Good morning, Wellness.
God knows I
Science.
oh, thank you. Would you help your children? Would you look down on us? Give us to love one another.